Okay, so next one is the third fifth. I call that the egg, just because it has like a sunny kind of... has a very sunny flavor to it. I don't know. Again, you can come up with your own names if you don't like the ones that I picked. Anyway, the third fifth is the basically it's like the triad of the one without the root. So it almost sounds like a major chord, and it works really well resolving to the one, like explicitly playing the root note, like. So right there, the riff I just played is basically like an egg shape and then a butter shape. And this is cool because it uses the principle of a form of oblique motion. I'm getting kind of technical with the terms here, but the that third note is the common tone. But I like to, another way to think of it is just that it's just resolving back to the one. So another concept you can use is that when you find these combinations, you can think of them as like recipes, like eggs and butter. It works really well together, and it's kind of fun, and it's just like it's kind of taking these ideas to the next level, like recipes, eggs and butter. So you can, of course, get the, I guess that's the only one in this position, because this third would be kind of back in position. So you can play this one as well. We'll go to the next position. Now, another concept I want to mention here, when I play these shapes, I'm always playing them in a way that can be played as a chord. So what I mean is I've got my third, fifth, they're on different strings. I'm not going to do this. One of the confusing things about the fretboard is there's just so many combinations. So I realize obviously it's possible to play this, but I'm intentionally not doing that just to try to focus on one thing and get a mastery of these shapes. And when you play these on different strings, you have the option of playing them together. So you can get different riffs. Let's just go back to this one for a second. Even when I'm playing these separately, you can hear them ringing out. You're not going to get that sound on one string. Not saying you can never do that. You can get a lot of cool, but that's a different idea. So you can do different riffs, like playing the notes separately. Even if you don't play them, you don't have to play them like ringing out like that. You could play like, but you can also play, and it's the same grip. It's the same fingering. So anyway, back to this one. So, and then up to this one. This position, we got our egg here. And when I play this, I sort of think of like, it just reminds me of like the whole mixolydian pattern. So we'll get into that later. But here we have the egg up high, and then in this position, butter. Okay. Hopefully I'm not missing any, but you get the idea. You want to take it through the 5 positions. And you'll probably have to spend some time working these out yourself, although this will help you just watching it and will give you a lay of the land, so to speak. Okay, so let's see. Next one is going to be what did we do? We did the bread. We did the butter, eggs, wine, and okay. Let's do the pepper. We'll save the pepper for last because that's a little bit of a special case. Let's do the potatoes. That's going to be 5th and 7th. So the classic cliche is this. So, but that's actually the 2nd position. So let's just dial it back a step, not jump the shark here. We're just going to do this one. I think a lot of people don't play that one because they're so used to this one. But and again, this is a cliche just because it lends itself so well to the pentatonic. The 5th and the 7th are both in the minor pentatonic. When you have the third ones, like the egg that we just looked at, that's more of a Mixolydian dominant 7th. But when you have this potato one, see, that's why I like to call it the potato, because it's like very hearty. It's not as sunny as the egg flavor. It's more that low down, just working man type potatoes type of thing. Just minor pentatonic. It kind of reminds me of like a ZZ Top type riff. And again, you can use single notes like that. This is a little hybrid picking here with the pick and the finger. But you can also play the notes together. But let's try to get away from just always descending. What if we ascend? So that's this position. Then we have this one, the classic one. Up to this one, we actually get it down here. It's just like this one, but on a different set of strings. And then here, we got the D and G string. Whoop. And last but not least, the 5th position. That's just going to be way up high. This also kind of ties into this shape. Okay. All right, and then last but not least is the shape I call the pepper. I say shape, but sometimes when I'm saying that, I really mean like the component or the tonality. 3rd and 7th, it's weird because it's the tritone. Sometimes people forget that the dominant chord contains the tritone interval, which is a very dissonant interval. So it's very spicy. That's why I call it pepper. It's just it's pretty intense, especially if you just play it by itself. That's why it's good to combine it. Sometimes you can slide like a half step. Stevie Ray used to do that a lot. But again, you don't want to just have your pepper. You want to have your pepper and your eggs and stuff. So that's like a recipe, like I was talking about recipes. Eggs and pepper. I like eggs with black pepper. So and that ties back to that our best friend, the dominant 7th. It's just parts of it, but played separately. So this is what I really mean when I'm talking about going deep. Anyone can play the chord, But when you start really thinking about it and breaking it down and just spend some time just playing this one, you get really, you know it on a much deeper level then. So this pepper thing is really interesting too, because like you can start stacking these shapes like diagonally. You'll get some interesting patterns on the fretboard. So here, now we're already in the second position. Here's a really interesting one. You could, this is a real stretch, but maybe up here like this. Anyway, there's a lot of combinations with this one. So maybe I'll leave some of that for homework for you to explore those, but let's just go through a few of them. So this relates to this shape. And then this is a cool shape here. So just on the bottom 4 strings, this is on the, we're still in the key of G, but we got our 3rd, 7th, 3rd, 7th. Just going up 1 fret at a time, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Now when you go up to the B string, it goes 2 frets. Okay? This is a hard shape. Okay, so yeah. But there's, you know, just look at it, try to like visualize, you know, here's my root, 3rd, 7th, 3rd, 7th. You can play this. You can play 2-note shapes, 3-note shapes, 4-note shapes with this pepper riff. But yeah, it's very spicy, very peppery. Yeah, if you wanna dial the spice back, you could go from this just to a major. Like instead of, you know, I said we'll just always go back to our dominant, but this is like already very dominant. We're playing those 3rd and 7th, so we could just play just back to our G major. So that kind of thing. Okay, and last but not least, there it is. Or, and up here, this relates to this one. Okay, so there you have it. We have broken down the deconstructed the dominant chord into its 6 expressions, so to speak. 6 components, 6 flavors. And you know, just right there, that will take your playing really far. I feel like you have a whole new palette now of flavors to work with and come up with riffs. And so yeah, hopefully this is a great springboard for you. In the next section, we are going to go a lot deeper into the 1-4-5.